Yeah, man, welcome, good morning, welcome to the Daily Money Market. It's another week in terms of the market analysis, and you are with me, Che Yusuf. You are here at TDMM, the Daily Money Market Podcast. You can catch us on the YouTube, the Daily Money Market Podcast. You can also catch us on TikTok. We are there, the Daily Money Market. On Instagram, the Daily Money Market. We bring the market analysis, news, and information about the market. So, what we do every week, we come up with the different types of news that are affecting the global market, the global financial market. But mostly, we also check about the news that affect the forex market. We do go into forex analysis, go into the chart, try to predict where the market is gonna go for this week, and then from there giving you guys the opportunity so that you can choose for yourself whether to use those analysis or not. But most important, this channel is for education purpose only. Everything that we actually giving you, it's based on education, not the information to let you know what trade you should take or what instrument you should be able to trade with. So yeah, man, we're gonna go and talk about what's going on in terms of the global financial market. Then we're gonna go and talk about the financial event news of the week. Then the market analysis of the week. So keep tuning in. All right. So what we trying to do is actually to go look into what has been happening for past a week. There have been a lot of things in terms of the markets, in terms as well to market analysis. But the biggest news for past week should be the Donald Trump of imposing the tariff. So Donald Trump is about to impose the global tariff. What it means is that I think he said by the 2nd of April, Trump is going to impose the global tariff. So what it means is that imagine that each and every industry, each and every countries that are actually having associated with America, what that are having the business with America, they're gonna have to now to start actually paying the tariff for those transaction or for those business that they will do. Another biggest one was ECB. Madam Jessie Leggett was speaking in terms of European Central Bank, and they give a little bit of people confidence to say that European Central Bank, they're going to continue cutting the interest rate, easing the economy of Europe, although it's been very very uncertain when it comes to Europe. We remember that Germany had an election. Until now, Germany after election they had to form some sort like coalition, and that coalition it breaks because of the budgets. They didn't agree with the budget, so they're still struggling in terms of the economy, especially the most important thing in terms of the world about the budget. If you're not agreeing with that, that's really a challenge, because it doesn't give the confidence to investors, and that means the investors, they're not gonna come and put their money, and it's not gonna stabilize the GDP of the country. So that's part of the Europe. We see that Spain as well, the same thing. uh, Spain as well, the same thing. They had election, but we see a lot of challenges with the elections that they had. The government is not that yet stable. So again, United Kingdom, the inflation rate just come out. I think the CPI, Consumer Price Index, come out yesterday, and it was not even surpass the estimation number. Today we are waiting to hear what they're gonna say in terms of United Kingdom inflation data. It will be today, maybe Bank of England, but we're gonna check it out in terms of the news that are coming specific for today. But the biggest one, as I said, is the tariff that Donald Trump he want to impose tariff globally. It's starting from a 2nd of April. In fact, he's calling it the Revolutionary Day. But let's check it out what Donald Trump has been saying. J. Trump
You announced earlier today,
says.
sir, you said 25% for any country that does business
That's right.
with Venezuela.
If they buy their oil from Venezuela, they have to pay a 25% tariff to do business with the United States.
On top of existing tariffs, so for example, China.
Yes, that would be on top of existing.
45% tariff on China next week.
That's on top of existing tariffs, yes.
And so also next week, on April 2nd, as you said, Liberation Day, is that going to be sector tariffs as well as reciprocal tariffs?
It's going to be everything. Yeah, it's going to be everything, but not all tariffs are included that day. For instance, we'll do some, as you know, we have already done steel and aluminum, and that's at a 25% level. And we are going to be doing automobiles, which you've known about for a long time. We'll be announcing that fairly soon, over the next few days probably. And then April 2nd comes, that'll be reciprocal tariffs. But we may take less than what they're charging because they've charged us so much. I don't think they could take it. In other words, they've charged us so much that I'm embarrassed to charge them what they've charged us. But it'll be substantial. And you'll be hearing about that on April 2nd. And it will be Liberation Day because we'll be taking in large amounts of money for our country. And that's lower taxes and all of the things that are good. And jobs, a lot of jobs.
All right. So as we hear that the April 2nd, Donald Trump said it will be the Liberation Day, imposing the sanction to different types of countries, around the world. These are auto sanctions. It means they are kicking same time on April the 2nd to entire world or to the specific countries that is actually, choosing to actually impose the sanctions. So that's the biggest news that actually, shake a lot of markets. We saw a lot of instruments to start playing around on the same range without actually, going in a specific direction. We saw different types of, instrument like NAS100, US30, S&P 500. It was depreciating, but now starting to pick up again to get to the position where it was. I mean, if you look at it, the last time where Nasdaq was on 19,000 as a stock price, or 19,000 something, that was around maybe 2023 or 2022. It's been over 2 years. Nasdaq has been playing around from 20,000 to 22,000. The whole entire 2024. NAS100, the combination of 100 technology companies that are listed on that, the stock price was between 20k to 22,000 in terms of the stock price. So what we will do now, we're going to have to check it out in terms of the global financial news that will affect the market for this week, and then from there we can now be able to get into the market itself and analyze and see how the market is going and where do we think the market will go until the end of the week. So keep tuning in. You're still with me, Che Yusuf. It's Daily Market Money Market. Welcome back. Now we are actually checking the market events of the week, what actually news that will come and will affect the market. So from Monday, the 24th of March, we saw the French flash manufacturing PMI again, and the German manufacturing PMI again. That actually drives the German 30 as an instrument, and we saw it moving, on a side range. Today I was actually checking German 30. Seems like not really stable, I think, because of the government, how it's working in terms of the Germans, and we saw the instrument of German 30 depreciating. So again, no stability there from Europe. Again, Monday we saw the fresh manufacturing from GBP, Great British Pounds. Again, not that much. Bank of England governor was speaking on Monday. Going on Tuesday, there was no much in terms of high impact volatility, but there was German info business climate, S&P CS composite, and new home loans. These are the events that comes on Tuesday. But on Wednesday, high impact volatility starting again from consumer price index CPI from Australia. We're expecting Australian dollar and all correlated instrument Australian dollar to have a movement. GBP also, there's a consumer price index on Wednesday, and we said that earlier on that we are expecting the price inflation data to come on Wednesday, which is today. Moving to GBP annual budget release as well. So there's a lot of from United Kingdom to Great British Pounds. That will happen on Wednesday. That's why we're seeing the Consumer Price Index. We're seeing also the annual budget release. Moving on all the way to Thursday, there's a final GDP from the United States. It's 2:30 p.m. Expecting all instruments that correlated to a dollar to have a high even a movement, and including as well maybe the indices like NAS100, S&P 500, and as well as US30. An employment claim is coming also 2:30, same time with the final GDP, gross domestic product. Very interesting, and a lot of people maybe they ask, why do we traders care about this? So why traders care? It's the broadest measure of economic activities and the primary gauge of the economy healthy. So it gauges the health of the economy, and again it gives you the whole overall of how the economy is going. Last day of the week is Friday. There's a GDP, retail sales, Canadian GDP as well. So GBP, there's a final GDP also from GBP, but it's a GDP, final GDP again. Then 2:30, there's Canadian GDP as well, month to month. There's also US core price index. All of this is coming on Friday. So those are the high impact volatility. But I can see this week there's not much dealing with US. There's more much dealing with Europe. So I think this week there's more a movement or more volatility when it comes to the euro dollar, or when it comes to all instruments that correlated to euro, including their indices as well. There's a lot of indices that you can find in euro area or eurozone, including the UK 100. Itself they call it the FTSE 100. So those are the high impact movements. But for now, let's go and check it out how the market itself now is performing and where the market do I think it will go for the rest of the week. Now we're back in terms of the market, and we are looking at AUS 200, Australian dollar 200. It's sitting right now at 7,996. Depreciating. I think the movement is actually pushing all the way down, coming from 80,000, 8,019. So the price has been depreciated a little bit. The zone that I'm expecting that this market to break. So if it breaks this zone, we're expecting to get to 7,948. So quite some move there that a lot of people can take advantage and actually jump into a trade of Australian dollar or Australian 200. So pretty much opportunity there that people can jump in. Let's check it out. Japanese 225. I like this instrument a lot because of it does have a range of movement. Look at how it's been performing. This is the biggest instrument or the biggest index in Japan. So it's called Japanese 225. We can see where the market, the higher position of the market was in this range of 38,109, dipping a little bit, forms what we call 1, 2, 3 double top or four top. I think if we go to a bigger time frame, these are the zone that the market can actually try to recover by the rest of this week. So I think this zone is very important. But what it does, it has to break here first. So the market has to come to this position. So even if you can see it on a smaller time frame, it's quite some move to get to here on 30 minutes. Once it get to that level, breaks, it will go all the way down. Another interesting instrument that we always check it out, it's US oil, WTI, West Texas oil, to see where the price of oil it is. $69 per barrel, $69.25 dollars per barrel. Oil has been doing really well, but we can see now the price is starting to going all the way up. Last week we talked about the conversation between Ukraine and Russia and US, that they were happening in Saudi Arabia so that they can have a little bit of peace in terms of Ukraine and Russia war. Again, pausing the the stopping the war in Israel and Hamas, so that all these Houthis they should not go on the oceans or Red Sea to block those ships that transporting oil, and those are the stuff that actually increase the price of oil itself. So right now I think it will continue going up. Maybe we're expecting the price of oil to get to the $70 per barrel, unless all these political issues have been resolved, unless all these political issues has been resolved. But maybe by the end of this week, let's just say this week, I think by the end of this week we might get it to $68 45 cents per barrel, $68.45 per barrel. But it's a big terrible signing that we're seeing. Bitcoin, we've been talking about Bitcoin for past some time. Right now, Bitcoin it's 87,086. 87,086. If I'm 87,860. 87,860. But if we if we talk about the story of Bitcoin, has been crazy. We thought Bitcoin is gonna shoot up when President Donald Trump actually comes in a cabinet, but it didn't happen. The reason why it didn't happen is because he started imposing the sanction from different types of countries, and that affect the price of Bitcoin. We saw Melanie Trump introducing the Melanie coin, expecting that these coins they're gonna go up, but nothing really happened is because of the Trump. So it means even the people that they're using Bitcoin themselves, that are trading Bitcoin or investing in Bitcoin, there's still an incentive that is actually happening in terms of the Bitcoin. But anyway, are we anticipating coin to go back to 95,000? I think it's going to continue playing around to 80,000, 78,000, all the way maybe to 90,000, to this range, right? And then until anything happen, then we'll see a different move. So for now, I think it might come back to 87,000 for this week. Maybe again go to 86,000, somewhere around there when it comes to Bitcoin. But we talk about Europe, so let's check it out. UK 100, as I analyzed already, UK 100 in the morning hours, and I'm anticipating the market to come all the way to this level today, bounce back and go all the way up again for this week. So it might be the range trade. Look at where it's ranging. Maybe the range trade all the way until we hear maybe the inflation data. If the inflation data is going to be really crazy, not surpassing the estimation, we might see the UK 100 coming to 8,497. That's sad about the UK 100, but these are instruments that plays in a range. It's a very good instrument to trade because you can just follow where the trend is going all the way down. You close here. If it breaks, then you go on a bigger time frame, see where exactly it's going, and then if it goes down, follow with it. But if it doesn't, if you can just follow the same move, take it back up and so on. GBP USD, the same thing, has been playing on a range. If you go to a bigger time frame, you can see it's been playing around for this position for a few days. So I'm anticipating the trade to recover, goes all the way up again to this side, right? When it comes to gold is the one that a lot of people are actually banging on it because of the dollar is not performing well. Gold's supposed to be the safe haven of the dollar, but for today I think it will come back to this level again. If there will be much more volatility, maybe it might get to 3,000. The most interesting is that gold now has reached 3,000 MAC and break the 3,000 MAC. That's really crazy, when it comes to gold. Where else gold can go? Do you think gold can go all the way to 4,000 as a price? Let me know in the comment section if you really think gold will go to that level. But again, we talk about S&P 500 gaining a little bit of points back to at least the 5,000. Of course, if we go to bigger time frame, you see it's coming from 6,100 Those were the records that S&P 500 has been breaking on the 2024. But right now, trying again, to recover, but because of the dollar is not showing really is not giving the stability to investors, it is difficult to think that it might go all the way to where it was. How is going to play around today? I mean, this week I'm anticipating this gap to be covered. So I think it might come back here and then go back all the way up. That's the same thing with NAS100. It forms the gap itself here. So I do anticipating NAS100 this week, before the end of this week, to cover this gap. Right? So it might be today until tomorrow, then start going all the way that side. So this gap, it has to be covered. S&P US30, again, there's a gap here. So we are anticipating a little bit of drop of these three instruments, US30, NAS100, and S&P 500, to have a little bit of reverse, and then from there start picking up, depending again what will happen with Trump. Trump has been bringing a lot of stories that gives a lot of investors and confidence. So again, we'll see how it's going to roll up regarding this week, but that's my prediction. That's what I think the market will go. Again, let's keep on checking out these markets and see where the market it will definitely go. All right, that's it. That's it for today. We talked about in terms of what is affecting the market this week. The biggest one was Donald Trump, preparing to impose the sanction to a lot of countries from the 2nd of April. He is calling it the Liberation Day. So that's the biggest one. But also we check it out, the market analysis, how the market is in terms of the events. What are the events of this week? We check it out, the market, having our own prediction, a little bit of prediction, and to see where the market is going to go. But again, that's all what we do in terms of the market analysis. Please keep subscribing on the channel. Share with other guys. Comment if you think the market will go against us, against my prediction. But as I say, that's all this information. It's purely for education purpose, not directly informing you what to do and what to not to do. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Che Yusuf. Thanks a lot.